Good Monday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV, the internal combustion engine age YouTube channel. It talks about trucks and cars and motorcycles and dogs and silly things. And hey, what conversation if you're the first time watching me or just ones that continue to support my conversations. And there go the dogs. It's Monday morning and it's already begun. Dogs are already out of control. So how does that all play out? What's the odds? See, this is my life. Timed it perfectly where my neighbor is walking up the street with their dog when I walk out the door. What is the odds of that, right? Yeah, that's my story here. But anyways, hey, everybody, what are we doing today? Look at all these cars. Look at all the vehicles. The collection is back. It's back. And I think to myself, am I winning? Am I winning in my car addictions? Or are the car sales guys winning? I think the car dealerships and the car guys, sales guys are winning, because when I go to a car dealership, what typically happens? Yeah, what typically happens, I end up buying something. Right. You know what, though? Talk about a winner. That car right there, that is a winner. The Dodge Challenger retro product, that is such a winner of a car that's going away. I mean, it's beyond believable. Dodge is replacing that with a Dodge Hornet. A Dodge Hornet. So that product, this is it. 2023 is the last year of that body style and that car being available, all to going to a Toyota RAV4, basically. To me, the Dodge Hornet, it's a Toyota RAV4. It's an SUV. It's a Mustang Mach-E. Can you imagine me as a person telling you that this Mustang Mach-E over here, why is my truck here? Because the birds live in the barn. Come on, puppies! And they crap all over my trailer. And so it's the truck. If I park my truck right here, it's in the path of all the birds flying on my barn. Come on, pup, let's go. Come on back. Come on. So the dogs are on their adventures in back property, doing their business outside, not inside. So yeah, can you even imagine if I was to tell you that I'm the lead marketing person for Dodge Mopar products, and this is the replacement in so many ways to the Dodge Challenger, the Mopar Performance. This is the look, right? I mean, sincerely, would you think that was a win? Would you look at me as the marketing expert at Dodge, the Mopar division, as a winner? Yeah, I think you'd scratch your head on that. Come on, Pops, let's go. Come on, let's go. Get in the office. Come on. Let's go. Come on, Ginger. Come on. The duel is on. This is the duel. Come on, get here. Come on, let's go. Look, let him stare me down. Look. Get him, Ginger. Get him. Yeah, there you go. The girl dominates. Who's the winner? The girl or the boy? Huh? Get in office. Go on, get it. Yeah, well, I'm about winning on the bird situation. What a joke. But yeah, live out in the country. Live in this barn and try to keep the birds out. Probably could put a different style door in here and change that all. But anyways, had a great car show yesterday, freezing. Hey, here's the Bronco. Is this a winner? I mean, come on. Is this a Ford product that's a huge winner? It is. I mean, for Ford, no doubt, the Bronco is a huge win for their product. And I think the Ford Power Boost. I mean, I think Ford, it's just kind of really interesting how Ford seems to have their act together more than Mopar does, which is hard to believe, on the continued Ice Age fascination on the performance side over Dodge. All right, let's get up here and get the day going. Monday. Come on, Pops, let's go. Get up here. Cold. It's cold up here. Come on, Pops, let's go. Come on. Oh my goodness. So I thought we'd talk about winning. Why don't we have a winning conversation? We need to have more conversations of winning instead of losing. Yet it seems like the losing is pretty bad. I mean, it just seems like to me right now, I'm gonna put my phone in my little thing here, get my heater going, and get my chair propped up here. Wow, this chair is so old, and it's just so low. It went down last night, and it's so cold up here. The hydraulics aren't doing very well. Oh my goodness gracious! Wow, it's winter, but I think this is maybe last week up here. We're kind of being pretty cold. I mean, yesterday at the car show, if you watched my car show video, it was extremely cold. I mean, extremely cold. It was 27 degrees with wind, and my hand was frozen by the time I was done doing like an 8-minute video. The guy that bought that 1957 Chevrolet Corvette, if you saw that, not many people went there, so that wasn't a very winning car show, which, yeah, I'm not surprised. It's just too damn cold. Not many, people get it. It's just too cold to hang out and freeze your tail off. Yeah, so this morning, so for me being a single, for me being on my own more than ever again in my life, of running a company by myself, that I've done numerous times throughout my life, and then just having content, trying to bring content to this channel to entertain people and keep the thing going. It's very challenging, and I'll be the first to raise my hand, and sometimes I think, is it really even worth it? Because it's just I don't have these other big YouTuber people. People don't realize that they've got incredible support behind the scenes of people doing their videography, and the people feeding them content and narratives and everything else. So it takes a lot, but you have to make money, and this channel doesn't make any money. There's no money. It'd be unbelievable. I'll be at close to 1,000 videos. Think this through. I'm going to be close to 1,000 videos, and you're talking now 3 years. It's definitely not 3 years of my time. I've put a lot of time in this channel. Yeah, am I winning? Not so much, so in the YouTube side of my life, yeah, the winning isn't really isn't the big thing. But in other aspects, it is, because I've had a lot of fun I have a lot of fun making videos. So that aspect, the winning for my fun factor and just having fun has been a lot. It's been great. But the winning as far as making money, it's not so much. But that's what I think to myself in life is winning. Does winning always have to equate with the money factor? Does the happiness always have to equate with the money factor? So keeping the car channel theme, as I always try to do, and kind of got rid of drinking coffee. Just really irritates the heck out of my GERD. So I'm just really have cut back on drinking coffee, so you don't hack all day long or irritate your GERD. So anyways, so I just thought, like I showed you this morning, when you look at the Mopar products, you look at Matt Hagan. Matt Hagan at Gator Nationals took top funny car win. That was pretty cool. It's a Mopar, product. And Tony Stewart, who's in the booth at NASCAR. It's kind of cool to watch him talk there. And then there's who is the guy? Right now, trying to think. I'm not a NASCAR following guy, but some guy. I just can't think of the guy's name off the tip of my tongue, but he's talking about how the etiquette in NASCAR has gotten really disrespectful, and how the likes of like Tony Stewart's personality, those are the good old days of more respect. I'm thinking you're comparing Tony Stewart to respect around the racetrack, of being nice to you. Yeah, so this is an older, not really older anymore, NASCAR. If you're 30 years old, you're an old guy. Hard to believe to see some of these young gun, 18, 20-year-old, kids that are in these, to me, kids in cars, like in the Xfinity truck series and car series. Just incredible, the talent of these young kids. Incredible. Wow, winners. Talk about winners. Yeah, has the passion to win and become better. So in the car aspect of things, the Mopar side, that Dodge Challenger brand has been truly an incredible success. And they brought that back in 2008, if I'm correct. So you're talking about 2008 right? So 2018 is 10. So 15-year run. Wow. But in all reality, I guarantee you they could keep it going another 3 to 5 years, and it would still be, I would say, conservative 2 to 3 years as still being a sought after product. But yet Dodge is totally going a whole different direction, and you just have to scratch your head and like, wow, wow. Even it blows me away is that guy Carlos Tavares, whatever it is. I can never remember that guy's last name, but Carlos, the CEO of Stellantis, he's even point blank admitted that these building these electric cars are going to be so challenging. It's going to be extremely challenging to keep the cost down. And here now Tesla is truly rattling the industry right now because Tesla is lowering their prices on their cars. Tesla is starting to really, I guess, become much more efficient, and the volume's starting to hit the numbers where they can start offering the Tesla at cheaper prices. So it's throwing a whole curveball to the General Motors and Ford and Volkswagen, the guys that want to really capture the Tesla, followers and purchasers. And I always think to myself, but the winning aspect of the electric vehicles, it just doesn't seem to me that Ford is winning over what somebody thought were going to be. I mean, I could be delusional here, but it just seems like the Lightning truck, everybody has to have one. It's calmed down. The Ford Mustang Mach-E, same thing. Everybody has to have one. It's all calmed down, and I attribute it to the $5 gas is gone. You're back to $3 gas, but also, I've said it many times, is there's just X amount of people out there that are just truly craving those electric vehicles, and yet there's so many others that just really don't want anything to do with it. And you kind of look at the trends in the markets, and you honestly have to say to a degree that it seems like the majority in this country just really aren't wanting to jump on board with the whole electric vehicle movement. But yet these executives, these companies, all think that's the new winning way to win over customers and to appease customers that are demanding electric vehicles. But, okay, what's going on? Why is the Ford electric F-150 Lightning truck sitting on dealer lots now? Why are the Mach-E Mustangs, these used to be one day turn and sell. I mean, whether you realize it or not, the Mach-E, Mustang Mach-E, that car, when it came to a dealership, typically is already pre-sold. It wasn't pre-sold. It would be sold within a day or two. It wasn't a 60, 90-day, 120-day dealer inventory. But yet now, from my research, I'm seeing the 60, 90-day on the dealer's lot, right now as we speak. I know for a fact that that's going on. So is it more people are sitting on the sidelines because they want to see the prices go down? Or more people just don't want to be the guinea pig? Or more people just about, hey, that's not the winning vehicle. That's not the vehicle that I want. And that's what's interesting. When I'm out in car shows, I start talking to people, and I'll video their car or other off the video conversations. The passion for some vehicle they've always have wanted, and they finally get it, and then they kind of feel like they got to win. Like yesterday, the gentleman I did that Corvette on, that 57 Corvette, for him, he felt like he got a win. He got that car. He didn't pay stupid money for it. Nice car. Wasn't all original, but just a nice, fun car. And he had a vision to himself of either picking up a nice Mustang or like a Corvette. And so for him, he feels like he won. He won his the win. You complete the task that makes you happy, and you feel like you accomplished what you wanted. Is that kind of what the win is in our life? Is you kind of have a vision of what you want to do, or you're going up against somebody else to prove that you're better, and boy, isn't that yeah. Where's today's society on that frickin', winning is a disservice now to society, borderline. I mean, oh my gosh. So back to the car stuff. So for me, I've got my dad's 280Z. I can think when I was growing up. I mean, for me, when I was growing up, I had great wins because my dad got these really cool cars. I mean, you got a 1973 Toyota Celica GT. I mean, me as just a kid at 10 years old, I was like, or 12 years old, I was just like, wow. I was like 10 years old. I was out in California. And that to me, that was like a huge win that my dad went out and bought that car. And then when we moved from California to Jersey, my dad surprised me. He bought a 1976 280Z. We moved from California to Jersey in 76. And unbeknownst to me, he had purchased that Datsun 280Z, but he never told me till we arrived later. So my dad moved to Jersey way before we got there. And so it was a few months later, we actually then moved from California to Jersey. And my dad then surprised me with that British green Datsun 280Z. And I was like, wow. So, I mean, that was like a huge win. And then eventually, in 1978, my dad and I went to the Chevy dealer and we ordered a Chevy step side, which I always wanted, the Chevy step side. I always liked that, the fender, the fender flares showed off. And it's just like the dualies. That's why I love the dualies, those back rear fender flares. And so for my dad, we ordered that truck. I mean, that was like a huge win for me. I was like, wow, I mean, this is just so cool. And so for me, I'm sure that anybody else here that has had their car passions in life or car addictions, whatever it is, when you kind of have your eyes on something and you finally get it, you kind of feel like, wow, it's a win. But at the same time, I've talked about this numerous times throughout my YouTube channel and conversations. You have a vision of something you want, and then you actually get it, or you get to drive it before you get it, and you're kind of like, wow, this isn't what I thought it was. And in one vehicle I can remember, it stands out to me, is the 350Z, when they brought the 350Z back. So I ordered a 350Z, and it was taking forever for the thing to come in. And some dealer or something, if I remember right, they got one in or something. So as I was waiting for my 350Z, I drove it. And I was like, huh? So in that aspect, I went and drove a Corvette. This is my first Corvette purchase. This is back like in 2000, I don't know, 1? I think 2001. I'm going to say 2000. I'm going to say like 2000 is my guess. Maybe 99. I just can't remember all these dates. But anyways, the whole point is, when I drove the Corvette, the Z06, it was like, wow, that was the car. I was like, that's the car. So I bought the Corvette instead of the 350Z because I just was like really soft clutch, really no power. The handling it was just no thrill factor. And so I was able to buy basically a Corvette used for close to the price of the 350Z. So then I had a Ford Expedition diesel with that old International 7.3 motor diesel in it, if I remember right. And so I ordered one of those, and sure enough, I had the opportunity to drive one right before mine was to come in. And I was like, wow, this thing's a tank. I just wasn't excited about it. And so I just, I took back my deposit, and I walked next door to Coons Dodge in Falls Church. So this is Coons Ford and Dodge in Falls Church, Virginia. There are two dealerships right next to each other. I walked right next door, and I bought a brand new mega cab. No, not a mega cab, an extended cab, Ram 3500. I guess it was the Patriot Blue, Jazz Blue. So I felt like that was the better win. And once again, I think that for us as individuals, we have our ideas of what is a win for us on our cars, or if you modify the car. I mean, who hasn't modified their car and they feel like it's going to make the car better, but in the end, maybe it didn't make it better, because there's so much. I mean, if anything, everybody knows, why are people modding their cars? Because they want to be the faster guy on the road. You got a guy pull up next to you, and you want to show him who the boss is. Like yesterday, I was videoing my daughter coming back in, and my red eye, no lie. I mean, when I would get into that car, it was totally busting loose. The whole back end was just busting out. So I could not really even try to kind of like play a little bit, run up the road with my daughter a little bit. There was no way. The car can just over and over again because there's so much torque in that. And it was so cold. It's 27 degrees out. Those all-season tires aren't very good tires as it is, but there's no way. It just wouldn't connect. And then I had a guy behind me show up in a Dodge Challenger chasing my daughter and I down the road. And he tried to pull in between me and my daughter down this last stretch where it goes from 2 lanes down to 1 lane. And I'm like, what are you doing, dude? I mean, so I kind of got into it. And my car is busting out again. And I'm just thinking, dude, if you're thinking this is some type of race, who knows? I don't know. Whatever. So the winning aspect of the automotive industry, I mean, does anybody feel like we're winning on the aspect of the future? I mean, sincerely, does anybody feel like we're winning the right direction of the CEOs and the governing bodies of this country that are truly, I think we're losing. I mean, that's why I talk about ICE Day. Yeah, if that ever gets any traction, I'll be amazed. The ICE Day, where all the internal combustion engine addicts that love their cars all get together and we all just get a huge presence of letting the agendas know that we don't want the electric vehicle revolution. And what's interesting over there, the Dutch farmers in the Netherlands, they have won the parliament where they just won in their house their vote that this aggressive climate change policies are being put on hold. Yeah, that's a major win because the Dutch tractors, or I should say the Dutch farmers, they all got together by the thousands and protested and made their presence, and they were successful in getting enough votes to get key people in the House of Parliament, and apparently they won the majority to really, take away all this radical political, environmental, governing, and just really, once again, it's incredible where we are right now on how the select few, the minority more than ever in our life are running our life. I mean, so for me as an individual, I don't think in the automotive industry we're winning on what the consumers really want for the future. Do I feel like on the automotive side, the technology winning? Yeah, I think for sure that the technology side is incredible. The E-Ray Corvette, I mean, for me, I haven't really been fixated on a Corvette C8, but I can honestly tell you, would I take a C8 E-Ray Corvette? Yeah, I'd take one of those. That's a great looking car. Makes a lot of sense. All-wheel drive, electric, gas, hybrid. I mean, it's a great package. And yeah, I mean, if I had an opportunity to get one of those, I would. I think that'd be a win. But then at the same time, with all the electric, I tell you, just messaging, unbelievable. And I'm just trying to talk to others, and I'm doing my video, and I'm just trying to. So anyway, so for the electrification side, so many think that's the better way for the country to go. But at the same time, I think so many more don't think it is the way to go. I mean, I went at the car show yesterday. I'm just thinking, if there's an electric vehicle car show, I was kind of making fun of that yesterday. I was just saying, hey, how many ICE car shows are there today in this country versus EV shows? And I'm sure there's some EV shows, or I should say the EV crowd. Definitely guarantee it in California. So when you go there, I mean, I get it. I mean, I guess you amped up your battery, your battery pack. I guess you changed out your wheels and tires. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just think when you go to the car shows that I go to, and you look at the retro cars, you look at the different motors that were in these cars, and just all the different variables of the ICE vehicles over an electric vehicle. I just think, are you really going to have that same, following of people that would be so intrigued about the electric vehicle as far as just, the passion? I just don't see it. I mean, I just don't see that as a winning feeling. I mean, do you really feel like, I mean, for me, do I feel like I'm winning with my Ford F-150 Lightning and my Mustang Mach-E? I mean, I don't. I mean, I feel like I'm losing because the vehicles aren't holding their values, and they're not really what was a hot item a year ago, 6 months ago, is no longer really a hot item. So to me, is it winning? I mean, is the win on the fact that I can save gas money because I charge it? Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, there's no doubt that I can, that's, yeah, that aspect of it, yeah. But at the same time, I mean, at the end of the day for me, is that really the difference of my happiness of driving up and down the road and me having to put gas in my car or not? But yeah, I can guarantee you there's somebody that'll be like, yeah, that makes me extremely happy, and I'm not spending money at the gas station, and I get to drive my electric vehicle. So I get that. I mean, I can definitely understand that position that you have a win on that aspect, but it's talked so many times. How many years does the so-called cheaper way of getting around in your electric vehicle last without the governing bodies having to intervene and charge you for the road use taxes and charge you for electric to charge your car from your home, and the governing bodies have to collect more tax revenue, through the electrified cars. There's just no doubt in my mind, and eventually that's going to play out. So it'll be the story of like everything. Oh, when I first got cable TV, the pitch was there's no commercials. Okay. Oh, the pitch was when I got XM radio, there was no per se commercials and blah blah blah, no interruptions. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, right. So it's just going to be the same thing in electrified cars. So now, kind of moving out from the car conversations, I think to myself, the winning times of our governing bodies and our leaders. I mean, what are we winning? I mean, does anybody really feel like right now, are we winning in this country right now? I mean, does anybody really feel this morning that from the news that we've witnessed all these banks having major failures and the government having to take care of them? I mean, how's that winning? How are you as a business owner that runs a business that runs it into the ground and others have to come rescue you? How is that winning? I mean, this is this would kind of be like, to me, you're at the NASCAR 500, Daytona 500, and your car breaks down, and they basically stop the race, and they get the crew out there, and they tow your car across the finish line, and you won, right? I mean, isn't that kind of where the banking industry is? I mean, in so many aspects that, for these guys to be running these businesses and just running them into the ground. But what's running them into the ground? What's the winning scenario? But you just hear like BLM got money. You hear that the green agenda is getting all this money. The woke agenda. You hear this language in the background consistently tied in with these banks, that they gave out monies to all these agendas that are here in front of us more than ever that seem to have failed. Is that right or wrong? I don't know. I mean, but it just seems like the winning business model they had didn't win. It lost. And I think to myself, the winners among us, I mean, where's the winners among us right now? I mean, really, where are the winners among us in this country now that are leading this country to better prosperity, better times, safer times, the good old American way times? And it seems like there just isn't many winners per se that are doing that. Sure, there's a lot of wannabes. A lot of people talk about it. There's a guy named Trump that's back in the headlines. I mean, oh my gosh, Donald Trump, here we go again. The guy's, I don't know. I mean, so many mixed feelings for Donald Trump. I just have so many, one aspect, when I heard about Donald Trump like in 1988 and Art of the Deal, my first impression was this guy's just a guy that is written off as somebody else's success, and he just doesn't seem to be who he portrays himself to be. That was my first impression of Donald Trump back in the 80s. I just I don't have any interest in this guy. And for the record, the guy was a liberal. The guy was a liberal party supporter. Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton. I mean, come on. It's just to me, when we start talking about Donald Trump and all the people, it's just the Trump lovers. And so here we go. The guys now ask everybody to get kind of, boisterous about him going to jail, I guess, Michael Cohen, I'm sure Michael Cohen is probably like, yeah, Trump needs to go to jail. I went to jail on behalf of this guy. Why am I in jail? This guy snookered me in, you know? So, yeah, so it's a Donald Trump. It's a triple, is it the triple T week? Trump, Twitter, and Tesla. Yeah, Trump, the court hearing. Twitter will talk about it all day long. And Tesla is irritating the automotive industry because they're lowering their prices on electric vehicles, which is going to make it even more challenging for the competition to get in and compete with them and sell them to make it make any sense, even with all the taxpayers, money. Yeah, how's it a win on the green agenda when it's all the people of the country are having to pay more for everything? How's that a win? How is that a win? I mean, I just don't. Right. How do you become a winner, right? I mean, that's the thing about life. How do you become a winner? I mean, I always think this Think and Grow Rich book, that was one of the first things I read getting going in my career. And I just think that made so much sense of what that guy did. Napoleon Hill, went around the country, talked to people, and interviewed individuals that he felt were successful and winners of life. And that book stuck in my head forever, that he just had the basic principles of like a positive mental attitude, sound physical health, harmony in human relationships, freedom of fear, hope of future achievement, capacity for applied faith, willingness to share your blessings with others, be engaged in with love, open mind, all subjects, complete self-discipline, knowledge to understand others, and then your money's come. But I mean, if you kind of go through those things that I just spoke about, I just think, who's at work this morning with a positive mental attitude? Who hasn't showed up this morning that's already angry and doesn't want to, work, and they always want to fight the manager or fight the customer? They're already got an attitude. Who hasn't experienced that? Who hasn't witnessed the employee coming in and they're still hungover from the night before from partying, or they're tired? Do they have sound physical health, or they're constantly sick because they're constantly doing things that make them sick? And I mean, and then the harmony in others. So to me, it seems like the winners that kind of seem to have a grasp of what seems to help others and seems to make sense. It seems like those type of individuals are the leaders that help us accomplish things. But at the same time, where we are in today's society, it seems as if the winners are the ones that challenge and blame others for all the sorrows. I mean, is anybody connecting the dots here that more than ever it's the blame game, and more than ever it's the constant belittling of other people to try to gain what you want? And that's where Trump irritated a lot of people, is he belittles others. He attacks others. I don't like that. That's why I'm not, this time around, I just don't want Trump to be the next president. He's going to be a one-term president. What did the guy accomplish? I mean, for everything the guy accomplished, he accomplished getting the Democratic Party so riled up, so mad at the guy, that he got replaced by a guy named Joe Biden that's obviously not a winner. This guy ain't no winner. If anybody thinks Joe Biden's a winner, yeah, you're confused. I mean, you're sincerely confused. He's not a winner. Yeah, he's a blame the others and a loser. That's who the guy is. So you look at, where's our country? Is our country winning right now? I mean, sincerely, is our country winning? I mean, it's like, yeah, it's like people are winning, making incredible wealth and money off the others, but I think most are not winning. So for me, to now go back to the Trump thing, he's a one-term president that gets reelected. And do we just really want to see? I mean, once the primaries come in and these others that get up there and try to prove their ways, I mean, just to see all the antics are going to play out. So yeah, whatever. It'll be an entertaining week with Donald Trump. It'll be all about Donald Trump, all over again. So, but hey, anyways, just kind of leave it at that. So, who's the winner? What's the winner in your life? I mean, what wins in your life? Is it your success from your job that enable you to have your beautiful home and your car? I mean, was it the winning that you've raised a beautiful family and everybody in the family is on the right path to life? And it doesn't mean you have to have the nicest car in the neighborhood, nicest house. Your kids are balanced. You're balanced. You're a godly person. You have friends, relationships. I mean, what's winning? I mean, winning's in so many different aspects of life. Where is it? But it seems like today, more than ever, all you see is the constant hate and the losers of society that dominate the media machine. Wow. Hey, everybody, Thanks for watching my channel. And to Monday morning, I'm not drinking coffee. So my still waking up and getting going, it takes longer, the thawing out of the morning. So yeah, do I need coffee? I need it, but it just irritates the heck out of my GERD. Yeah, I just got to take a time out in that. But anyways, hey, everybody, appreciate the nice comments and the support, and hope you can share my videos with others just to give them ideas. It's all about ideas. And sadly, the media machine's ideas are to blame others and to hate others. And let's talk about the future. Let's not talk about today. That's the media machine. So, hey, everybody, have a great day. God bless. Stay safe and stay tuned.